Great, thanks. All right, so I'm going to do just a really quick introduction. I just want to thank everybody for taking a few moments out of your month to and out of your day to join us for the July check-in meeting for the Bistate meeting. It'll be here before we know it. Before we get started, I don't have a formal agenda that I sent out to everybody, so I'm just going to take some notes, and then I'll send out the minutes after the meeting. But before we get started, I wanted to introduce just a new addition to our team, and this this actually came out of a conversation at the joint annual meeting this year in Louisville, Kentucky. So Region 7, as you guys are familiar with, consists of Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. And as you know, Claude Rector, he's our director, but we have been fortunate to get to know several of our partners within Region 7, and one of those being our friends from Oklahoma. And we have our friends from Oklahoma who has shown interest in wanting to attend our meeting, and I have invited Miles to join us on the planning committee part of it, to participate in as we go through the planning process, and just to just be involved, so that way he can spread the information, take the information back to his society. And so Miles, real quick, do you want to just do a quick introduction and just say hi to everybody?
Sure, really fast. I think a lot of people might already know me, but I'm Miles Tompkins. I am now as of 2 weeks ago, the past president of Oklahoma. I am also the past chair of the Diversity Advocacy Council of ASCLS. And I'm coming in here of seeing what you guys are doing. I just think that is so awesome. And I want to be involved, and I want to help personally as much as I could. But then I also can see how this can help other constituent societies get involved and develop their own bi-state, tri-state, quad-state meetings, whatever. So I'm coming at this as an individual right now, just willing to volunteer and help you guys out however I can. And then hopefully go from there of developing new partnerships and having more involvement.
Awesome. Well, thanks. Thank you so much, Miles. And we don't turn away any free help. We don't care where you're
Right.
So anyway, all right. And so I know we have Gay on, and Gay, I know that you are attending a work commitment tonight. So do you want to go ahead and kind of discuss what's been going on with the vendors and sponsors?
Sure. I have not had any new correspondence to or from vendors. I've already sent out the original save the dates, and then yes, we are having it. And so the same number of commitments as last time, but this is not unusual. They tend to drag along. Mm-hmm. But I think I have 146 businesses that I've reached out to. But I did send out an email to everybody that was invited to the call tonight. There are several people that I don't have a contact for, and I'm not one of their customers. I'm a little tiny hospital, and I need somebody to reach out to them. Their contacts have quit or whatever that I knew in the past. I have submitted emails for my contacts that I do have to Jennifer to put on CVent, and y'all will probably talk more about that later, where they can do their online registration, and I think that'll be real good. I think I know that some of my vendors were also job fair participants, so we'll have to work together on that so we don't, double do and hit them twice.
What are you doing?
But that's about it.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Gay, for that update. Does anybody have any questions about about what's going on with the vendors and the sponsorship piece? And better yet, does anybody have any contacts for, or if you do have contacts, please, by all means, forward that information to Gay so we can go ahead and get that information disseminated.
Yeah, and Carrie and Gay, this is Melanie. I do have some to give you. I just didn't do it tonight, so I'll send it to you tomorrow.
the bigger dogs do carry weight. I had some vendor, I think it was the Baton Rouge meeting, that should have participated, and somebody said, "Oh, Baton Rouge General uses them. I'll put them on it." Well, they ended up being a vendor after Baton Rouge General called them. So I'll
Good,
take all the help we can get.
good.
That'll work. Anything helps.
Yep.
All right, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Gay, for that quick update. And on that front, Jennifer, do you mind giving us an update about CVent? Because I know that that's more or less directly related to what Gay's been working on as far as us launching the whole sponsor and exhibitor piece.
Right. So Gay emailed me, her list, her extensive list with all the names and the first names. So I got that spreadsheet and I worked on it today. So I have most of those. I think all of the ones that I had a first name, I've got those all entered into the system. So, once we get them ready to go, we'll just click check and send them all out. And
Yeah, I will
go ahead.
send out an email. I'm sorry, I'll send out an email first to the folks I've already been contacting and give them heads up that this is, coming. It's going to be a legit, email.
Right. Gay and I decided we would give them a 1-2 punch. She'll send them an email saying, "Hey, it's going to be coming." And then I'll send the real one that says, "Okay, here it is. If you want to register, here's the link." And but the only thing is, Carrie, that you have access to the Bistate Gmail. So, I was pretty careful today. I had my little cheaters on in my office. And so in case there's a typo, you might get one of those rejects that says, "Hey, this is not a valid email address." Just, email me that so I can update it, find my error. But for the most part, I got them all in today. There's a couple, Gay, that did not have names. And we might just use something generic like Dear Supporter, because it requires a name. Dear Supporter.
Put friend of the laboratory or laboratory.
Right. Dear friend of the lab. Oh, perfect. Something like that. There's only like 5 or 6 that we didn't have a first name for. So it's done. We're just kind of waiting in limbo,
All right, awesome. So Jennifer, would you like for me to share the document that you had sent to me earlier today?
Sure. If you want, I just typed up something kind of generic, what I thought, but feedback from everyone. If you guys have sent vendor letters, for sponsors and have something on hand, I would be happy to incorporate it before I send it out. We're still about 2 weeks away. So yeah, sure. Feel free. You're still muted, I think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, give me just a second. Sorry. I'm technologically challenged tonight. So in case, just to keep everybody up to breast, and I know that for the most part, everybody who who's on the meeting tonight have been attending, but Miles, I know that you are new, and so I just kind of want to share with what's going on. So we're using CVent as our registration platform for the event, and can everybody see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Can do.
Perfect. So we're using CVent as a registration platform, and our strategic plan is to launch the vendor registration first, because we want to capture as many registrations as possible through this online platform. And Jennifer has been really great about setting that up. She's also been working with Elaine and with the folks at CVent, with testing, and also with Melanie to get all the payment information implemented. And so it's gone really well, and it is live. I have added this. Awesome. I've added the link to the LSCLS website. I know our friends in Mississippi, I passed it on to them as well. But right now, the link is only accepting vendor registrations. It's not accepting any participants. So vendors would be sponsors, exhibitors, and then we also have career fair. And I don't know that Shamonica's on tonight, but we have been in contact with Shamonica King, who will be working with Gay and Jennifer and just the entire that piece as far for recruiting vendors. So that piece is live, and Jennifer has crafted a letter to be able to send through CVent. So that way our vendors can go ahead and it invites them to register. And the registration page also has the link for the hotel registration, which is also live. So if if you're overzealous and you want to book your room,
I've already booked my room.
Miles.
he's the first one.
It's because it's in New Orleans, right?
Well, and this is something I was going to mention is you need to let your people know that if they attended the Charlotte meeting and they signed up for the Marriott points while they're at the Charlotte meeting, they can use those to book their room for the Marriott in New Orleans.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you very much for sharing that, Miles.
I'm on it.
So yeah, you're going to have to, Miles, I think we might have to put you in charge of promotion. Who cares if you're in Oklahoma? You're doing
Right.
Anyway, so the vendor registration does have the link on there as well. But as we add the participant registration, which will come in the beginning of 2020, then at that point, the vendors and participants will all use that link. So Jennifer, turning it over to you to explain the letter.
I can't see it, but just the letter is just your basic, I'm on a little laptop, I'm sorry. It's just basic, we hope that your company will consider taking part. It's just a basic vendor sponsor letter. So I was just asking if anyone had a preference, if you guys have a letter that you've used in the past. I mean, I just whooped this up this morning, and if you guys have something else you would like to say or add to it, any changes, just shoot me an email and I'll make those changes.
So one thing that I did think about, Jennifer, is rather than it coming from me, how about it coming from Gay, who will be Gay and Shamanica, because they will both be the ones who will be coordinating that piece of it and just
Okay.
putting their respective positions. Gay, are you okay with that? If we?
Yes, I saw that it was from you and I thought that was at your request. So I wasn't gonna say anything.
Now, it was standard. It was one of those footers. Now this footer, guys, is on all of the email invites. So you might want to consider that. The way CVent is set up, this footer right here, I'm pointing like you can see my, this is standard for like the whole CVent meeting. So I don't know that we can change it. I mean, I guess I could put it for a little while and then change it back. When we change the.
Well, I'm going, I will be sending that previous email
Mhm.
that'll have my contact information.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm going to be who they talk to when they're there. But
I mean, I might.
but whenever you let me know who registers, I'm going to reach back out to them, anyway, and thank them.
Right.
Yeah, that'll take care of it.
Yeah. But
Can I
this is
ask a
just
question?
something
I know
that
I'm
just
new
showed
here.
up. Go ahead.
Does everybody who we're sending this to in the vendors list know who ASCLS is and LSCLS know? Do they know those acronyms?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of these people are people I've been contacting for 10 years. But,
Okay, no problem.
in the original letter, I specify who we are.
Okay.
That's a good
Sorry,
point, though.
I didn't
But
mean
yeah.
to.
No. But some of these may be, I'm going to be adding new people, so that would be good to define.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good idea. Excellent point.
Jennifer, I'll send you a copy of my preliminary letter that I usually send
Okay.
out first.
I might steal some of your verbiage then.
Okay. It sounds real country.
Well, I'm from DeQuincy, so.
All right.
All right. So any other questions for Jennifer about the registration process? If you haven't had a chance to check out the website, I encourage everybody to click on it and just look and see, just see how great it looks. I'm so incredibly proud of just how incredible, how well we look represented. So thank you. And thank you, Gay, for your hard work as well, because I know you guys have been working in tandem. All right. So if no other questions from from Jennifer or for Gay, then can we move on? Oh, hold on. I see Shamonica's joined. We'll give her a second to kind of acclimate before we bombard her with questions. But can we go ahead and move to the education program?
Well, we, Angela and I have worked out, you know, a little spreadsheet that says, you know, trying to cover each of the disciplines as well as we can in the number of meetings that we're going to have. So what we were thinking, Angela, are we going to be able to post that? Okay, she's not there. She was there. Anyway, we have it kind of worked out. And what we want to do is let anybody on this committee that has a suggestion for, especially somebody that you know is a good speaker, we will welcome those suggestions. And there are some places where some of the disciplines aren't well covered. So we definitely want to make sure we get some things. You know how people are about meetings. Oh, well, I don't want to go because there's no blood bank in there. They're the worst. But anyway, I'm saying that because of you, Carrie. But anyway, whoever, if you know any speakers, please let us know. We will reach out to them. We're going to work on a little Zoom meeting with the people that are on the program committee, so that we can talk and see where we're going from there. And we'll, you know, divide it up and let everybody reach out to certain speakers and make sure that we can get all this lined up, you know, it's in a reasonably short period of time. So, you know, people need some time to get prepared to speak, and they like a lot of advance notice. So I think the sooner we can do this, the better.
So did you want to talk about, so what I couldn't find is the actual meeting schedule. Carrie, you had sent that to us and Patsy and I had looked at it. So one of the things I wanted to bring up too was, I think right now on the grid for the schedule, the meeting is scheduled to end on Friday afternoon, like at 3 or 4, is that right? Well, you know, I mean, we can get the input from all of you, but I think we ought to end it, and Patsy and I were looking at that. We think we ought to end it at noon on Friday. Comments?
Fine. I am down for the group. So I remember there was an old rule, and I don't know where this was from, but somebody said, yeah, as long as we can offer 12 hours of CE. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jane.
Okay.
So help me with that. I don't remember the count on the program.
Oh, I wish you could pull that program up. So one of the things we looked at as a way to get some more hours was to start the student bowl on that final morning, like at 8 o'clock, and it should be over. I mean, if the losing team loses the first round, then it's over. If the losing team wins the first round, then you have one more round. So we're talking about an hour max. They're 20-minute sessions. Can you pull up that program grid that you had? I should have asked you to do that. I thought I would be able to do it, but I don't know. I'm deficient. What can I say? I couldn't find it in time to pull it up. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Well, our thinking was that, you know, people tend to cut out about noon on Friday, and we don't want to have a speaker that doesn't have anybody show up for the meeting. I mean, that really is kind of embarrassing.
Julie, oh, there it is. Okay. Can you make it bigger? I have old eyes. Well, and spread it out like across the whole thing.
Yeah, now that one's a little bit trickier for me because of the way that just because of the way that it's formatted right now.
Well, if you can't, that's okay. Just make it as
it's readable.
Yeah,
okay.
just get rid of the gray, yeah, as much as you can. So we had already recommended, so wait a minute, that's Patsy, you're looking at it, right?
I am.
So Student Bowl. So look at Wednesday morning.
Okay.
So
It says
from
8 to 11.
11, you had the Student Bowl. It's not going to last that long. What I think we need to do is we need to go as late on Monday to leave it to only the finals on Tuesday morning. What do y'all think about that? I mean,
Do you
I
mean
think that's
as late-
doable.
As late on Tuesday?
As late as on Tuesday as it takes
Okay.
to get to the
Okay.
finals.
And
Yeah.
I think that's doable. I mean, we've, you know,
Yeah.
what do y'all think?
We've had that happen. We've done it that way before and
Well,
gotten
we
to
only
it.
had finals left, not,
You know, I guess that depends on how many rooms do we have for Student Bowl and how many games we can run at the same time.
So we have an all hold on the space, and I can show that again, the space that we have. But if y'all remember from the last meeting where I showed the diagram, we have that space on the 8th floor and we have the space on the 2nd floor.
Okay. If
So,
we can run, you know, if we can run enough rooms, then we should be able to get to where we only have the finals on Tuesday.
so right now, Carrie, go up that you have the Student Bowl scheduled to stop at what time on Tuesday?
It looks like, oh, it's just until.
Okay,
But then we have the board meeting starting that evening at like 5:30.
5:30.
But we can move that.
a 2.5 hour board meeting? You really think we need a 2.5 hour board meeting, really?
I hope not.
Oh, wait, are
Mine
we gonna
too.
have dinner during the board meeting?
Now that I don't know. That again, I don't know. This was just an
Right,
idea.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just, right, so.
Well, so
Go
if it could
ahead,
go
Kathy.
till 5:30, or even 6, we could have the board meeting immediately after that. But like you say, if we don't have anything to eat, nobody's gonna want to be there.
Well, regardless of whether you started at 5:30 or
Yeah.
6, I mean, you
Yeah.
can't go till 8 o'clock without giving someone, you know, something to eat. So,
Yeah.
but I think that's open. You know, we can work around that once we know how many teams are competing. But I really think we need to leave only the finals if we can for Wednesday morning. And that way we can start sessions at 10 o'clock. So that gets an extra hour.
No, we
10
can
to
start
11.
it at 9
At
o'clock.
9, we could go 9 to 11, 9 to 10 and 10 to 11, right? And so right now
That gives us
you
2 more
have,
hours.
that would give us 2 more hours, take away from Friday afternoon.
And Student Bowl, that finals would last for MLS and MLT. The finals would last about an hour.
At the most, because they're 20-minute sessions, you know, that's a 20-minute time limit. So, and it could last only 20 minutes. I mean, if the winning team wins the first, it's over.
Oh
If
yeah.
the
Yeah.
winning team loses the first, then they pay a second. And whoever wins the second game then wins the bowl.
Right.
Because they're both one-time losers then. So whoever loses the second game is a 2-time loser, and the other team wins. That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Do we give CE credit for the Student Bowls? I know at times we have and at times we haven't.
I don't think we've given CE credits in more recent
while.
years.
I haven't been a Student Bowl judge in years, so
Mhm.
I can't remember.
The judges get some credit, but I don't know that the attendees do. But I tell you what, you learn a lot sitting in there.
You learn a lot about what you forgot.
Yeah. It
I just
refreshes
got
a
in
lot of,
there and I agree, judging is a good experience.
it is.
Yeah.
But even just being there, you learn a lot. I mean, it refreshes a lot of stuff in areas that you're not normally
That might not be your
functioning.
area. of
Yeah,
specialty.
it really awakens a lot of.
Is everybody on board with that? Trying to like get through the semifinals on Monday, on Tuesday, and then starting just the finals at 8 o'clock. We'll be finished by 9. We can have an education session from 9 to 10, and another from 10 to 11. So that gives us 2 more hours. And then let's count the number of sessions then. So that's 2 hours. And
So
then-
if we move up, so I don't know if everybody's aware or not, but we have been offered, Audit Microcontrols has very generously offered to sponsor Sten Westgard as our opening keynote for the meeting. And they also would like for him, since they would be paying for his hotel and his travel, they'd like for him to give a second session as well. So if we move up that opening keynote and have Sten present from like 9 to 10 as the opening keynote, then which would be really 9 to 9:50,
Yeah.
and then have sessions.
Well, that would be a continuing ed session because you get credit for the keynote.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
and everybody could go to that. And then, but it does add 2 hours of CE by starting at 9 to 10, 10 to 11. And then 11, you have all the student forum stuff. So, okay, has he agreed?
So they're working on it
Yes.
right now. He hasn't confirmed. He had confirmed previously when the meeting was going to be held in 2021. And then of
Uh-huh.
course we had to cancel. And Sten and I have actually spoke since then because I got to know him when I was on staff with ASCLS, and he was very excited about coming to attend and speak at our meeting. So I'm crossing my fingers that his schedule is open for this particular week. But anyway, we'll see. If we do sessions from 9 to 10 and then 10 to 11, then we can do the big, exhibit open at 11 and then do the award ceremony following that. Does that sound like a natural progression of activities?
Yes.
Yes.
So can you type that in, Carrie? So it gets, no?
After this meeting, I will.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, Carrie, I've seen people do that. I don't know. I thought
I ain't that good.
no, you're pretty good.
I don't know. You're pretty
I'll just
good.
type my notes and then I'll get it all
I
to
think
you
you're pretty
guys.
good.
Okay, so let's count the hours then. All right, so can you go down then?
So it'd be 9 to
session-
10 and then 10 to 11. So that's 2.
Yeah.
And then we would, okay, so then we'd have the award ceremony. So then we would have 3, 4,
Or-
and then if we did breakouts, that would be 5,
Yeah,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bam.
Yes.
Finish.
Perfect.
That's what we thought. That if
Perfect,
we
yeah, I
added
think that's
those
what we
2
can.
hours, we'd have 12.
Yeah. Perfect.
All
Yeah.
right, perfect.
But that only matters to Louisiana people because we're the only state that, well, no, I guess it does for CM, huh? Continuing, the people that do continue.
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
it
members.
matters.
Yeah, for
matters.
them too, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
But,
James is also chatting that, yes, we do get 2 hours of CE for attending Student Bowl.
Well,
And
so
Oh.
that's extra as well.
So we got a little lanyap there.
All
Okay.
right, that's great.
Good.
And maybe in the program, we need to say that so people know, that if they do come on that day, that they can, they get some more CE credit.
So
So
Pat Tilley, right, but Pat Tilley, Carrie, you've kind of recruited her and she's going to give 2. Looks like
Yes.
she's happy to come to New Orleans, so that's great.
thank you, Miles, for that recommendation. That actually came out of that same conversation whenever we were all sitting around in Louisville talking. Pat's like, yeah, I
Yep.
would love to come and speak at your meeting. And I was like, Pat, we can't pay you. And she says, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
love
No,
her.
the only thing she's asked for me in return is sometime if she has having a virtual meeting in her area that we send one of ours. And
Oh yeah.
I was gonna also throw out there, I have speakers here too, that if you guys if you have a shortage or if you need something, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's good.
The only question I had is I know you were trying to cut off on the afternoon of your final day. Do we know what time checkout is at the hotel? because that's usually why
Yeah.
you have people cut out on your final day, is they're trying to avoid that extra room charge.
Yeah,
They'll
point.
allow
So if
them
you
to
don't
check
allow-
out and then store their luggage.
Yeah.
They
Right.
allow them to check out.
Right.
You
But
know,
But you got to make sure you allow them that time in your program.
Yeah,
well,
I will confirm that too.
Yeah, the Sheraton was 11 last weekend. I was there. My daughter, by the way, you New Orleans people, daughter, I just moved my daughter to New Orleans. She's at the
Oh,
apartment, so I may be calling you.
okay.
sure.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Where, what area?
Did you move
Where
her?
is
Where
it?
is she living? Where's she living?
Out at the Sheraton was 11, so maybe it's the same or.
No, you said you moved her to New Orleans, so she's living in New Orleans.
Well, she came back with us because her roommate's not there. And I'm like, Anna, you cannot stay here for a week by yourself. You know, new city, she doesn't know her way around.
Yeah.
She's
Where,
green. She's really green.
what area is she living in?
Soleil Apartments, what is that? I can't remember. Annunciation Street, Religious Street, near,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
went to the brewery. I know the brewery.
Oh, I know where it is. Okay, I know where she is. That's not that far from me. You can call me.
Okay, great. So, but anyway, I was, my point to that is that, usually the hotels have the same checkout times close.
Usually around 11.
It's probably
But,
around.
you know, sometimes they'll give you a
Everybody
late
gets
check.
drunk and no one wants to check out before 11 because they're drunk, right?
Right.
Well-
You know, a lot of
Well-
people may be staying for the weekend. It might not be a problem.
Right,
Well,
right.
and the other thing is, we just stayed at the Hilton this past week and there was, you just automatic checkout.
Right,
You
right.
know, that, so, and if you're sharing a room and you both put up your credit card, they'll give you an automatic checkout that should be an invoice that should be printed for both people. That's sometimes where we run into trouble. But I mean, most hotels have automatic checkout. You don't have to stand in line anymore to check
Right.
out. I
That's how-
don't think that's an issue. Anyway.
All right, well, I will
Okay.
get that schedule revised and I will get it back out to the committee and I'll get it posted onto our shared drive. But I will get it out to you guys, Patsy and Angela, and that way you can share it with, and the rest of the program committee. So that way you guys can share it and discuss. And I know some of the other people that have expressed interest are actually committed. So we had a speaker from LOPA who has committed
Mhm.
to speak at the event too. And
What's
then
that topic, Carrie? Do you know?
it has to do something with the lab. I can't remember what he said, but I told him, I said, you're talking about the lab. He's like, of course I'm talking about the
Yeah.
lab.
Must be HLA stuff, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what it is. I know that, and then also, we are partnering with NOLA STEM as our charitable event for this year. And then of course she had offered to speak at, they'd offered also to speak at the event as well, which we kind of tossed around that idea. I want to say, was it last meeting? Tossed around the idea of maybe having her as for the educators luncheon, or did we even count for the educators luncheon? I can't remember. I'll go back and look at our minutes, but
No, that's what you said. I remember you saying that. And so would she be able to do that? Because we could pencil her in for that.
yeah, so because Karen Williams is the one who is handling our the charitable piece of it, we've been trying to connect with her. It's been a little difficult, but the summertime is the big time for NOLA STEM because they are doing so many kid camps right now. And so this is their big outreach. And so it's probably going to be a little bit harder for us to connect during the summer, but we have been in contact with her now for a couple of years. She's just very excited about us wanting to be involved with her and us wanting her to be involved with us. So, and I think she brings a lot of resources to our group, especially when we're talking about, recruitment into the profession and
Right.
reaching those younger kids and really talking about what we do, getting in front of those audiences. That's her platform. So just a really good connection there.
So how does the charitable connection work? I mean, how do we then, participate as someone who's trying to contribute to their organization? How does that work?
So it's like what we did, it used to be called the Promotion of the Profession Committee. And I don't know if you remember at the national ASCLS level, they used to offer a contest every year for the state society who raised the most money for a particular charity. They don't do it anymore. It's since gone away, but it was kind of that, it was born out of that idea of just a way to bring back to the host city. And so basically what it is that she will tell us things that she needs for her organization, whether it is like resources, like something for maybe the labs that she needs, or some type of fun drive, or just anything. But it's along those lines that she would tell us things that she needs, and then in return, of us, providing, or her being our charitable, like our give back for the meeting, she comes and presents at our meeting and talks about that recruitment aspect for the younger kids, and really what they are doing, and how we can engage more with that audience.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
And she wants to know more from us about different activities that, like different recruitment activities that anybody might be doing. Like, she wants to engage in those conversations to find out, what are we doing, and how can she support our organization as well. So anyway, but yeah, the contest though within ASCLS is no longer, it's void and gone. So we will have to celebrate our own white ribbon moment ourselves, since and just declare ourselves the winners since they no longer have it.
Okay.
All right, well, that's some great discussion around the program committee. So I will find
Can
out.
I add one thing, Carrie, real
Yeah, go ahead.
fast? Since I was a latecomer, I apologize. I reached out to Enucor, Regina Castor, and she said they would be happy to come and provide a speaker. So I sent her the link for, I sent her the engagement prospectus and the link to sign up. Also, I reached out to Sysmex, but I have not heard from them yet. Michael
Good.
Duvall.
Awesome.
That's great.
Well, I'm sorry, Jana, who was the first person you talked about?
Regina Castor, Emucor. So it'd be a
Oh,
blood bank
good.
topic.
Yeah,
So it's my
Um,
blood bank topic that I wanted, Patsy.
I know.
Oh.
Okay, I got it.
And in the
So,
past, Sysmex has brought some really good case studies that I thought were really good. They brought like television photos and matched it up with the Sysmex analyzer. I thought it was really good.
They always do a great job. Love Sysmex.
Mhm.
okay.
So hopefully we'll hear
Well,
something.
So
soon.
you would reach out to them and let us know for sure. Is that
Yes, I
correct?
did. So I just replied back to Regina and said, we're excited. I can't wait to tell the committee. So hopefully she will suggest a topic or she will ask. I've been to, they have antibody type, just different. I know they've been to several meetings. They went to one that I was in Florida, which was our Region 3 meeting a couple of years ago. I can't remember. I'd have to look up the topic they were going to provide for our last meeting that we had to cancel. So I'm
I
excited.
guess my
that they
question
will.
is, should we reach out to them or should we wait to hear back from them?
How about I reach out to her and ask her if there was a certain topic that she wanted to, maybe they already have a presentation.
Yeah.
I don't think they were at did you see, Carrie, were they at National? Were they at the Jam?
I don't remember seeing, Television was there, but I don't remember
But
seeing.
I mean, Emucor.
Oh,
did
Emucor
you
was
know?
not there, no.
Okay. I'll reach out and find out what kind of topics that they could explore.
Yeah, good.
And I don't know, Patsy, Angela, you guys might know Julie Wascom, but she works with
I do.
Regina Castor. And
Yeah,
so,
she may be the one doing the presentation.
Oh,
yeah. And I know Julie also. And so anyway, if you guys need an extra contact, just let me know.
Okay.
good.
I remember her, she and Regina were the two people that I was in communication with on the 2020 meeting. No,
So what's the other
2019.
lady's name?
It's been so
Regina-
long, I can't even remember what year it is anymore. I mean,
So Regina Castor is, and what's the other one's name?
Michael Duvall. And
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Duvall, Duvall.
And what's the first name?
Michael.
Michael. Okay, I didn't hear it. Okay. And they're both with MUCOR, is that correct?
No, Michael is with Sysmex.
Oh, this is with Sysmex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And Regina Castor, Castor.
Right, I got that one.
Is with
Okay, and she's with
MUCOR.
MUCOR. Okay.
Right. And, you know, Michael, it's been a couple of years since I've been in contact with him. So he may not be in the position that he was in. I don't know.
With
But
Sysmex, you mean?
but I asked him in the email that if there was maybe another colleague that might be interested. So I think Sysmex would definitely send somebody.
Does Sysmex, do they exhibit at our meeting? Probably not, huh?
They have,
Mhm.
Oh, they have? Okay.
yes. But I was gonna bring this up too. It's only happened once since I've been doing this. But we have had a company say, because we are providing a speaker, we think we should have a booth for free.
Mm.
And our historical response was no.
Mhm.
Right.
So y'all think about that. If that comes up, I need to know what to tell them.
Okay.
No,
No.
I mean, we're gonna
No.
have lots of speakers, so
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a problem
any
getting enough
shortage
stations.
of,
Okay.
I mean, Larry Broussard is also gonna reach out to some, people that are in his inner circle in AACC or whatever that, have spoken at other meetings. They always like to come to New Orleans, so Larry was gonna reach out to them as well. I mean, I think I would love to have somebody from Sysmex, but not at the expense
No,
of
not
Right.
that, no,
their
Okay.
fee.
no, I don't.
Well,
Sounds good.
in the last meeting that we had planned, they didn't approach us with that. And both of those were going to speak and they were going, so hopefully they won't approach us with that. And then
Well,
we'll
and
just-
I don't even remember which company it was that did this.
Right.
I'm not saying it was Sysmex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were just saying we need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it was someone they were sponsoring and they were doing a speaker and they were not Delta. It was not them. But anyway, we're like, no, that's,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Yeah,
think-
we can,
think
we
the way
always
we
have
have the
plenty of speakers,
sponsorship-
so that's not gonna be.
well, and I think our sponsorship, there's so many options now that as a sponsor, they can pick a booth. I think it's pretty much out there. So that should cover it.
Yeah.
All right, great discussion around that. Any other questions for program committee? All right, so moving on, I wanted to get an update from the social committee, but I have to confess that I know that they met on Sunday, and the 4 people that were on the meeting, of course, my name was listed because I started the meeting, but I actually didn't participate. Angela, I think you're the only one here that was on the meeting, but technically I know you were not part of the social committee.
No, the
think that-
reason I
you in.
joined was that Michaela had reached out. I opened my mouth at the last meeting about possibly knowing a part owner of the Fulton, and I have found out that he is still a part owner. And so I did meet with them early on with their little meeting, and we discussed the possibilities and price ranges that we thought were reasonable. And, I need to call the general manager and then drop my friend's name and see if, what they can do for us. I mean, and I don't know what else happened at the meeting because I only stayed on for about 15 minutes to discuss the Fulton Bowling Alley, venue as a possible site. So that's kind of where we were. And the one thing that I've done is I found out for sure that he is still a part owner, but I have not contacted, and who the general manager's name is, and that I can drop his name. But it might only, maybe they won't give us any discount. Maybe they'll give us a 10 or 15% discount. But while we're talking about this, let me just throw this out to you all. What do you think is a reasonable amount of money? Say, it may be 6 to 8. There's bowling there. You can buy, you can rent lanes for like $30 an hour, I think, per lane. But there's also a game room where they have bocce ball. Wait, they have, yeah, bocce ball. No, I don't know. We'll have to talk. Bocce ball. There's chess, there's checkers, there's darts. If you go on their website, you'll see. And that's a room that you can also reserve for parties and all. But I mean, there's lots of different things that go on there besides bowling. But, if it's a per head kind of fee, and maybe it would cover a little food and a drink, or maybe we could have tickets. I don't know. What do y'all think is a reasonable amount of money that people would be willing to spend? And, you don't want to outprice it, but it's not going to be free.
No, I would like for it to be something that hopefully we could capture in that registration fee, if at all possible. And that would be something we definitely, I know we talked about that last meeting about those price points. And it definitely, rather than making it like an optional event, perhaps making it as included with that registration fee. But I'm going to defer to the group as to what would be a reasonable expectation per head for this type of event, assuming that we would rent the entire space for the event.
Oh no, it can hold up to like 1,000 people. It must be really big. I mean, if you go on their website, like the game room, I think can be up to 150 people. Then there's a smaller room that's 40 people. And I don't know what the whole bowl, I mean, it's big. Well, they have 12 alleys. I don't know, but is that, I didn't realize that was I forgot you had said that you wanted, but what is the charge for the registration fee?
I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. But while I'm looking it up, you guys go ahead and discuss.
I have no idea what's reasonable for that. I really don't.
Can I ask some questions? I know I'm not from that region, but I've done a lot of event planning. Are we talking about having it exclusively for us, or us among other people that are just regular customers?
Well, we don't know. I mean, if we want to reserve the whole place, we'd have to make a hefty commitment.
Right.
I doubt we're going to reserve the whole place.
Right. And do we have any idea around what kind of numbers we're looking at? Like what kind of numbers we're talking about pulling for the events?
Well, it's going to be on Thursday night.
Okay.
So, some people will probably leave on Thursday, not stay for Friday. But for those people who stay, you're talking about a registration number of over 300, Carrie? Maybe 350?
Yes, that is correct.
Of course, that includes students, that we have probably over 100 students, right? How many students do we normally have?
Usually they leave though.
Well, if you tell them that they have a 2-hour, social event that's already paid for on Thursday night, they may stay. Well, that means they'd have to have another room night, right?
That's right.
What night was the winery Landry? Was it the second night? Do y'all remember at Monroe?
See, I don't
Which would have been our
remember.
last meeting that we
but
had.
a lot of people
James,
went.
can
A
you?
lot of people went.
Yeah, it
But-
was.
James says it was the
A lot of
second
people.
night.
But the
Second
difference,
night.
y'all, is that there was nothing else to do in Monroe.
That's true.
You know,
Good point.
there's a lot
Good
more
point.
stuff they might want to do instead of doing that.
But if it's already paid for in their
Yeah.
registration, they might come and then go out
Yeah.
afterwards. I mean,
They
That's
might.
a good point
you know,
too.
I
Make
was
that their
thinking
first stop.
6 to 8,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
as a time frame for that.
Right.
But there's something, what's going on Wednesday night, Carrie? We can't.
Okay,
hear
sorry.
you.
Okay, so it's the exhibit. So right now, Wednesday night is scheduled for that welcome reception, and then that occurs until like 4:30 to 6:30, and then after that, it's, you know, everybody breaks out. Then Thursday, and the reason that I'll be honest, the reason when I was just like putting together a model for the or sketch for the meeting, Thursday is just always a bigger night for, you know, in New Orleans. It's just a better night for going out, and it's just a better night for going out, and there's just more to do on Thursday evening. So I thought Thursday, and that was just the reason that we had put that on Thursday.
So wait, so the thing is 4:30 to 6:30. We having food at that?
Traditionally, there's been like hors d'oeuvres at that. Yes.
Light hors d'oeuvres.
Well, you know, I think that usually the exhibits are on that, would be on the night that you have them.
Yes, and that's what it is. The
You know.
exhibits. It's the welcoming reception.
Right.
With the exhibits. It's
Oh,
also
okay.
that career. It's also the career fair
Yeah.
for the students.
I
So that way it keeps the
think
students
that's
there
in
as
the
well.
right place.
And then the social to occur on Thursday with a you know, just at a fun space to have a good time before the meeting ends, kind of like a culmination of the event. But so I did look up the registration fee, and for professional, the early registration was $200, and then late registration was $220, which we had
What
discussed.
student? What is students?
Students were,
Because we feed them at that luncheon, the awards luncheon.
early was 100, late was 120. And that's right, and we did look at the fact that we had a $38,000 food and beverage minimum that we had to meet. And so we divided that by 300 and looked at how would we divide our money amongst, you know, registration to cover that piece of it.
Personally, I think your social should be on Wednesday night. After the student bowl is over. And I mean, if you really want to try to do something and have the students go, you know, and you know, hopefully maybe some of them will stay involved. I personally think you need to do it on Wednesday night, but y'all, that's my opinion.
My internet crashed, so I missed part of what you guys were saying. I agree, Angela. I mean, the last night in New Orleans, my kids are that age. I can tell you what they're going to want to do, and they don't want to be at a bowling alley on Thursday night, their last night in New Orleans. Just they're going to be on Bourbon, they're going to leave.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what they're going to be.
Yeah, if you want to try to do a group social event, I really think Wednesday.
Well, but when do exhibits go on? Do they still have exhibits on Friday morning?
So exhibits are scheduled to go on at this point.
Probably just till
Okay.
Thursday, right?
Let's see. No, there's dedicated exhibit time on Thursday, and then
At what
exhibits tear
time?
down Thursday evening is when exhibits tear down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, how can you do the welcome reception when they're tearing down the exhibits? Yeah, that's supposed to
What
be exhibit
welcome? What do
time.
you mean a welcome? No, you have the welcome reception on Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30, and you plan your social after
Oh,
that.
after it. Well, yeah, okay,
It could be 7 to 9.
that's okay.
So then do we just leave then Thursday evening open?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I have
People
to
won't be
agree,
upset about
there's gonna
that.
be a lot of competition and people will find something to do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I do know
Mhm.
that we did talk about doing some there's a lot of walking tours
We could
that are
organize a walking tour for some people that wanted to go. That's
You
a
could
good
make
idea.
that an option, but that could maybe not necessarily be included in the registration. They could
Right.
sign up for that extra.
Like
Yeah,
the ghost tours are usually popular with that age
Yeah.
group,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we could offer them connection with it, but it would be like Angela said, an extra price.
Right,
So that's
two
a
to
great
three
idea.
options and go, here's some options for you guys. Large groups, go find your
yeah,
fun.
I'm kind of sorry that Michaela's not on this, and Luke, because those were the other two people. But I threw that out. I said, as a social committee, y'all could just compile a list of some activities that would be optional that people could, participate in. I don't know. something
So
like
do you
that.
remember back in when we had the annual meeting in Philadelphia? I don't know if any of you guys were able to attend it for ASCLS. And the Philly group had organized the bar crawls that had occurred. So
I do, yeah, and it was great.
one was like a history, the other one was, and there was no money involved in that. It was just organized and people could sign up if they wanted to go.
Right, it was a list of things you guys pick, get your groups together and go. I think people will be fine with that. And just me personally.
A big advantage of doing a Wednesday night event is that we're likely to get a better price on it in New Orleans. I hate to say it because Thursdays are the bigger night in New Orleans for just for celebration and going out. So
Why is that? Friday's a work day. I never really thought about
works on
that.
Friday.
Yeah,
in
that's
New
the way it
Orleans?
is at college. They're used to that.
Yeah.
Thursday night is a go out night. It used to be
Really?
Friday night. Now
I
it's
guess I'm
Thursday
really
and
behind
Friday
the times. I didn't know
and
that.
Saturday and
Not
Sunday.
surprising. Yeah. Okay.
So
You
yeah, so
never
People
wonder
go
why
out
people
on
show up late
Thursday.
on Friday?
What'd you say?
You never wonder why people show up late on Friday?
Yeah,
I guess
exactly.
I don't know.
anyway, all right, guys. Well, I want to keep true to our time, and I know that we're at the end of the meeting. So I will put together, Shamanika, I noticed that you joined a little late. Did you want to add anything about career fair before we finish up? I'm sorry, I think I kind of put her on the spot.
Not at this time, not at this time.
All right, thank you. Sorry, we discussed it earlier, and I apologize that I didn't know if you wanted to mention anything. But all right, guys. Well, thank everybody for joining. We'll reconvene in August. I'll put together some minutes for tonight, and we will keep trucking along.
So where do you post the minutes, Carrie? And I've not been successful with this event stuff. I don't know. Where are you posting minutes?
It's on the Google Drive for the Bistate
That's
meeting.
what I'm not. And tell me how to access the Google Drive because I've not been successful.
So you just have to sign in to Google with the Bistate meeting email address, which is bistatemeeting@gmail.com. And then you enter the password, which is, let's see, lowercase ASCLS 2022.
So when you say you go to the Google Drive, so let's say, I think I don't know how to do that.
So you know what? I'll stay on real quick and walk you through it. If you'd like, I'd be more than happy to show you real quick.
Yeah.
All right, good deal. All right, thanks everybody for joining, and we'll reconvene and stay on if you'd like a quick.
I can tell you, Patsy doesn't know how to do it either. So
You don't have to tell them that.
well, I know you don't. You're just saying that like making me look stupid.
You could keep
But
that
I
part
know
to
you don't
yourself.
know how to do it either.
You could keep that to yourself.
I'm
Never
gonna stay and
mind.
watch too. Just in
I want to
case.
watch just to see what y'all are doing, but no, I'm going to take off. Y'all have a
Bye.
good one.
Bye, Miles.
It
Bye-bye.
might be entertaining.
Yeah.
It is
Saying.
already.
Okay, guys. So, all right, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Let's see. There's everybody's bright and shiny, bright and smiley faces. Okay.
Oh, look how
Wow,
pretty.
beautiful.
Who's
Oh,
all
yeah.
those people?
That's my
All her
daughter.
beautiful
Oh,
daughters.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
how beautiful.
That was when the oldest one got married. So that was wedding number 1. And then on my other computer, if I showed you screen number 2, you'd see wedding number 2.
Wow.
So
Which one's wedding number 2?
Well, wait, how can
The
you
other
have the
twin?
oldest? The oldest is a twin.
yeah, there. So wedding number 2 is this
Twin
one.
number 2?
Is this one right here.
Wait, you're not, the picture's not up anymore.
Oh, is it not up? Hold on.
Uh-uh.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Share screen 2. Do you see it?
Okay, which
Oh,
one?
They're
So
beautiful.
so these 2 are twins right here.
Okay, yeah.
And this was the one in the picture you saw.
Oh,
So she was
right.
the first one to get married.
Uh-huh,
And this one just
Just-
got married in October.
yeah.
And they announced to us a few months ago that we will be grandparents in December.
Oh, that's wonderful.
congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then this is the middle one. And then this is the last set of twins right here on the end.
Wait,
Got it.
all of those are yours?
Yeah.
What a
Five.
beautiful group of girls.
Wow,
Like
awesome.
you
They are
Sorry.
beautiful, all of them.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Impressive.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
Crazy,
They are,
crazy
they really
stuff.
are.
All right. So quick tutorial. Oh, you guys crack me up. It is so much fun being on this meeting with y'all.
With
Okay.
the oldies.
Oh God,
oldies.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna take it from the top. So if you were to log in to Google,
Yeah,
hold on, let me log out. I'm just gonna sign out of all the accounts. Okay. So I've logged out of all of my accounts. All right. So I'm gonna go to Google and I need to sign in.
What
So
do you mean sign in? Oh, with your Gmail address, you mean?
yeah.
Okay, sign in with your Gmail.
So I would select, so I would, put right here,
Carrie
Bistate,
Hovis said Gmail.
bistatemeeting@gmail.com. No, bistatemeeting@gmail.com, because that's the email address.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
hold on, back up. So I'm gonna go to Google and then I sign into my Gmail account first? No. Okay, that's what all right. I just sign in.
You can be signed in. You can sign into I sign into 5 Google accounts every day,
Uh-huh.
Okay,
but it's because I have so many. But
okay.
you can just sign in. You're just going to sign into this one Google. See all my Google accounts? I
Yeah.
sign into all of those. But this is the only one that you're going to want to sign in, by
Uh-huh.
state meeting.
Yeah,
And then you click next, and then the password,
Okay,
ASCLS 2022,
okay,
and then you click next. Now, it's going to want you to do a 2-step verification. And by that, it's going to send me it's going to send me an email or a text message, and it's going to say somebody's trying to get into it, which I
Okay.
know it's you guys. So I just always approve it.
okay.
Because y'all are the only ones. Really, what are we going to be? It's not like we're sharing confidential information.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put my social security number in there.
No, and there's no all that PayPal stuff, Jennifer, that is not on there for CVent. So so we're safe. But then once you get in, you'll know you're in because there's the icon. I've set up the account. There's
Okay,
your little icon. So once you're in, you have several things that you can do. You can go to Gmail, which this is the Gmail account for the bi-state meeting. I haven't checked it today, so it's likely I've missed something. I try to get it every day though. Yes, CVent sent me something, but anyway, so you can go to Gmail, but what you want to do is you want to click, see all these nine dots up here. That's what you want to click because that's where all your options are.
okay.
And so you want to go to the Google Drive. The Google Drive is where everything
Okay.
sits. And Google now, they drop this in our event because they know it's an event. Google now will allow us to use our Google site, like to create a Google website for the meeting, but we have CVent for that. So, we're not going to, but I just thought I'd share
Good.
that with you, Jennifer,
Mhm.
that look how cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, Anyway, and then, so right here, I've got all these folders made up. So you can see there's the minute, there's all the minutes,
Mm-hmm.
some of the recordings,
Mm-hmm.
and then the logos for the meetings there, they're all right here. This is where all the vendor information has been kept. And you can see underneath here, there's subfolders, you know, for each one of them. And then any contracts that we've had, I've kept them here. So this is where the CVent, the JW Marriott, this is the joint guidelines, this, you know, all of that. Committee information, this was when I solicited for volunteers. I created a form. So this was the form that I created and added to the website. This is just all the different, you know, different listings of the duties, and these are the different volunteers. This form right here, this spreadsheet actually linked to this form, but this is the master form with everybody's information. So I guess if there's anything that they would get off of our Google Drive, it would be these names and email addresses.
Uh-huh.
But that's it. It's all
Yeah.
listed right here.
Yeah.
And then you also have the AV company. So Royal Productions is the AV company at JW Marriott that we will have to use to set up like our, they're going to do some of our speaker setups and stuff. And we have to contract with them. And then your stuff right here, Jennifer, for CVent, I put it all right here.
Yeah.
So it's in here as well. And then the speaker information. So this was the proposal form that I had posted. And this was the form, whenever people would fill out that proposal, this is the form that it would link to. So this was the one that we got in 2022. And then these were the responses that we received in 2021 before we had to cancel the meeting.
Okay.
And then there's also, once you guys are able to confirm the speakers, like once you've got everybody, I've created a speaker agreement. So that way we collect everybody's, and just like we do with ASCLS. And then, so I will send this to you. It's just a link that they will go to, the speakers will, and they'll go to and they'll submit their information through
Great.
this form, and then it'll automatically populate
Oh, perfect.
in the spreadsheet. So that way nobody has to type anything.
Perfect.
And so that's already built, ready to go. And let's see, so that's everything on this, on the Google Drive, but there's other things up here too. So like we have a YouTube channel, and that's where every time that we have a meeting and I record it, like I'm doing it now, I go here and your videos, I post them to our YouTube channel. And so it'll show us in a minute. You'll see there's our meetings.
Cool.
Now, I didn't know that you could sign in to so many Gmail accounts at one time. I've all this time been signing out, signing in, so I could just have like 5 open at one time.
Yes.
I love it. Learn something new
And
every
you
day.
just keep up with it up here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, like how do you know which one
Up
you're
here.
in?
Well, you just keep up right here, and then you just go.
It'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, you just switch between them.
Who knew?
Yeah, so like all of these, like I'll sign back into all of these. Sign in.
Because my husband's using my laptop. I'm like, now I have to sign you out.
No, and
Love it.
yeah. So now it's going to want me to sign into everything, but oh well. I have to go back. I think some of my passwords are wrong, but
So
anyway.
Carrie, in that speaker form, does it also have the day and time that they are scheduled to speak, or it's just that they're agreeing to speak?
Yeah, so when you confirm with them, you'll confirm the day and time with them, and upon receipt of that confirmation, you'll send them the speaker
A
form.
link for them
Yeah.
to fill out. Okay.
And I'll need that information too, right? To build the rest of
CVent,
the speaker, the sessions.
because you'll put the sessions into CVent. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. The wonders of technology.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to stop recording real quick.